Hey guys, today I wanted to review the Glock G26, which was a gun that I've kind of been thinking about. I wanted to carry it appendix style. I've been carrying a J-frame revolver there when I do carry in the appendix position. And I decided, more ammo, easier to shoot gun would be a good idea. Especially, we've got jihadis out there and stuff now, and a 5-shot revolver might be good for a couple thugs, but anything more than that, you might want a little more ammo, a little more easy to shoot, a little more accurate, perhaps, platform. So of course I went out there and I looked at all the G26 reviews on YouTube, of which there's a million, and now there's 1,000,001 with this one. And I thought I'd review it anyway, just to give you my take on it. I got the Gen 4 model. Which basically should be called the Gen 4 A1 Alteration 1, I think, because it's got back straps which add a beaver tail. And to do that, they have a little tang, which I'll show you when I actually show you the gun, on the back of it where the beaver tail attaches, which the older Gen 4s, like my G17, didn't have. So it's kind of interesting. I haven't fired it with that beaver tail, but I think I might. Anyway, let's take a look at it. Okay, you get your handy dandy Glock case. It's a Gen 4, like I said. So you're going to get 3 magazines, 10 rounders with flat plates. Okay. I've only got 2 here because one I've added a pierced grip to, which I'm going to show you in a minute here. So there's one. Of course, you get the G26, the baby Glock. There it is there. Actually a very Glock-like, Glock is a Glock is a Glock. One thing I do like about this Glock that not all the models have is this beveled muzzle here, which I kind of like. But we're gonna get more into that in a minute. So there's the Glock 26, and then you get the back straps, which I just mentioned. You get regular straight back straps like I got with my Gen 4 G17, and you get some with the beaver tail, which I'm kind of curious to try. It might tame a little bit of the snap. Okay, so that's kind of cool. And it also has this little tool here attached to it, this little plastic thing for pushing the pin out, and it has a captured spot for the longer pin you need to put it in, so that's kind of cool. With my other gun, I just got like a plastic bag filled with this stuff. So this is kind of a neat way to keep it all in one, convenient place, keep you from losing it. And then you get your lock and your instructions and all that other crap that we don't really care about. So let's get this out of the way here. Okay, now what we got here is a 9mm for you guys that don't know, and I'm sure you do. It's 10 rounds in the mag, 1 in the pipe, so that's 11. Okay. It's basic Glock through and through. It's got your plastic sights, which I'll probably replace at some point in time once I get this paid for. It's got a very small grip, and I have a very large hand, so you can see I get about 1.5 fingers on it with my baby curled underneath. Okay, so that's probably why all the reviews you see online have pinky extensions or extended magazines or something like that. So when I took it to the range, I wasn't expecting much firing it like this. I was expecting it to be kind of difficult to control despite what everybody on the YouTube says, but I was wrong. I can fire it quite nicely this way. It's very accurate out to the 15 yards that I shoot at indoors. I've got about 200 rounds through it, no malfunctions. And it's really a fun gun to shoot. Really a fun gun to shoot. It's reasonably lightweight. I'll show you the insides, even though I'm sure you've all seen the inside of a Glock before. It's not very dramatic. You gotta pull the slide back slightly and pull down each side of the takedown lever, and then it'll slide off of there. And you can see the takedown lever here is this piece of metal that goes across there, and you've got to pull both sides down evenly. Now this guy's dirty because I've been, like I say, I just ran 200 rounds through it. I actually stepped out of the shop with it and stepped into the range and checked the bore and then went to work with it. I don't really recommend that, but hey, I was excited to get it. So the frame weighs practically nothing, like all Glocks. Typical Gen 4 fashion, you've got the captured dual spring recoil spring. We got our little 3.4 inch barrel, I believe. There it is there, little 9mm tube. Like I say, it is dirty. I've been shooting it, so bear with me here. Probably should have cleaned it for the video, but what the hell. Okay, here's a look inside the slide. I like to show that so new guys know what they're expecting. Something you can't usually see in the gun shop, because a lot of them frown on taking it apart for you. Not all, though. I think they should take it apart for you, or have you take it apart if you know how. Anyway, it's kind of dirty and kind of gunky, but there it is there. I'm going to clean it up good before my next range trip, which I'll throw some clips up of me firing it so you can see me shooting it. So there's your basic Glock. The Glock Perfection, okay? That little tang I was telling you about with the back straps is this little guy right, if I can show it, this little tang right there. Okay, get a close-up view of it. There it is, you can see it really good there. And that's what catches on to that beaver tail. So if you try to put one on a Gen 4 early model like my 17, I've heard you've got to glue it down with some ATV cement or something, and that's not something I'm willing to do. Not that I need a beaver tail on the G17 anyway. I was thinking on this one, you know, due to the two-finger grip, you get a little bit more, you know, of this motion because I've only got 1.5 fingers on it. I was thinking the beaver tail might give a little landscape back there to kind of control it a little bit. Not that it's uncontrollable, mind you, but I'm going to try it. I've got it. I'm going to put it on there and give it a go. So anyway, there's the Glock. I'm going to throw this back together off screen and we'll talk some more. Okay, here's a look at a Gen 4 G17, and you can see it doesn't have that tang. Otherwise, they're the same pretty much. Okay. Now this one I have put night sights on. Like I say, I may do that to the other one. But anyway, I just wanted to show you this in relation to that tang, and also to give you an idea on the size of them. If I can do this on camera here. You can see it is a little bit smaller. But you can hardly call the G26 a pocket pistol unless you're talking, you know, like a deep cargo pocket or something like that. So to me, this is a great appendix carry pistol. To me, if you're going to carry this behind the hip, you might as well be carrying a 17, because if you're carrying in waistband, the barrel length is going down your pants anyway, and I haven't had any trouble hiding the grip. Why am I out of focus? I don't know. Okay, now that we've got that out of the way, here's what I've been carrying. This is a Smith & Wesson Centennial, and I just wanted to show you the difference in size with these two guys, because I've been carrying this appendix. So if you look at them, depending on how you line them up, okay, the Glock is longer at the top with the grip's about the same, and the muzzle is just slightly longer. So basically they're about the same size, and actually the revolver, given the cylinder here, is actually a little bit wider. Yeah, I measured it with calipers, not by much, but it is wider than the G26. So going from this with 5 rounds of 38 plus P to 10 plus 1 rounds with the G26, to me was a no-brainer. Pretty sweet. Okay, here's that beaver tail back strap. It's marked medium, and from what I've read online is this is going to give it the same grip diameter of the Gen 3 model. So let's see if I can do this on camera. Get it all to pop in there. There we go. Now I still have to put the longer pin through, but there it is with the beaver tail. And I think you can see what I was saying there, is it may give me because it's down swept, and it may give me a little bit more control in that area. So I'm going to give it a go. So after you get that out on there, I've already pushed the smaller pin out. You got to put this longer pin, and boy, they've got that sucker in there. There we go. Not going to lose it. And then this has to go through the change here. Let's see if I can get it to go through. Let me give it a little tappage with the magazine. There she goes. Knew this magazine base plate would come in handy for something. Okay, so now it's on there for my next range trip. Makes it feel obviously a little bit bigger, but I kind of like the feel of the beaver tail, so I'm going to give it a go. Now I mentioned the third magazine that I had put a Pierce adapter on. This is a +3, although I can only get 2 rounds extra in there, even though they claim that you can get 3. There it is there, that's the number of it. There's the nomenclature for it. +3 from model 26. I don't think so, I couldn't do it. Anyway, getting the base plates off of these mags is tough. There's 2 ways you can do it. I looked it up online. You can use the pry method, or you can squeeze with a pair of pliers, just very slight pressure. I like the plier method a little bit better. It came off a little easier without so much brute force. But let's see how that looks in the gun. There you go there. So that'll give me 12 + 1 capacity. Some complaints I've heard about these, I haven't fired it yet, is getting pinched. So I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but makes it feel like a totally different gun. You can see there I've got my full, and I've got an extra large hand. So there I've got my full grip there. So pretty darn sweet. Another thing I did when I bought this is I purchased the Glock 12 round mag, which does hold 12 rounds. You're going to need your Glock loader to get him in there though. And there's that guy in there like that. Okay. And there she is again. You know, like I said, I watched a lot of reviews on YouTube from lots of different people on this gun, and a lot of the stuff that people said I thought was bullshit. One of the things a guy said was it had a 1911-esque grip to it, grip angle, and I'm like, what are you smoking, man? Are you from Colorado or something? 1911, give me a break. Being used to the G17 or any Glock, you know it's got that Luger kind of angle to it. But the guy was basically right. I have to eat my words. Because the grip is so short, it kind of digs into this area and causes the gun to point different, with my hand anyway, and apparently his. So I get more of a straighter 1911 grip angle to it, which is kind of interesting. So that was one thing. The accuracy of this is really nice. It's beyond what I thought it would be. It's fun to shoot. I don't really have anything bad to say about it. Hopefully it's going to work in my appendix carry position. I'm going to do another separate video on that, on the holster that I chose and whatnot. So there it is, the G26. So far I highly recommend it. The only accessory you're going to really need out of the box, or not really need, but you know, changing out the plastic sights in the future might be something you want to do with maybe some night sights, or just something metal that's going to withstand a little more abuse than the plastic.
Or maybe stick with the plastic. They're cheap enough. I think like a front sight's $5. You know, buy one, have it on hand, and if you ever do, you know, wear the front down to where it's getting nasty, you could replace it. I guess that's up to the end user. But I really do like the Gen 4 for the beaver tails and stuff, which is kind of cool. Just gives you options. It's doable, like I say, with the regular magazine out. With the extension, it's just a little bit better. I shoot it, I have shot it with this magazine, not with the Pierce yet, but with the Glock, standard Glock, factory 12-rounder. I fired it just as well with my pinky curled under as I did with the extension. One thing I do note with the extension that helps with that is when you're doing your draw stroke, you got a little bit more to grip on too, and it's a little bit quicker. So I give the G26 2 thumbs up. It's a lot of fun to shoot. It's accurate. It's been totally reliable so far. I still have to get some hollow points through it to vet it for carry and test out all the Pierce extension and all those mags and make sure they work and stuff. But basically, this has been a really good purchase. I'm really pleased. So I don't think you can go wrong with the G26 if it fits your hand and it fits how you would like to carry it. Go for it. Thanks for watching.